Hey guys, Dominique here. So I know I've been absent for a while. I'm working on it. We're just getting back to work here, having a good time out trucking. I've been doing some paving, some grinding, just having fun. Today I am on a dirt haul though, and the view from this, what is going to be two different houses, I guess, is awesome. It's facing west over Lake Washington. So if you don't know the Seattle area, we have a lot of water, lots and lots of water, and one of those bodies of water is Lake Washington. And Lake Washington is huge. I can't even tell you how big it is because I don't exactly know. We do have two major freeways that cross this lake. That's how big it is. So we have I-90, which goes through a lot of northern states, and it crosses like on the south end of Lake Washington. And then we have a highway or a freeway, I think it's highway, yeah, a highway, but it's like 6 lanes, 3 lanes in each direction, called 520 that also crosses this lake. These bridges are interesting because they are floating bridges, not something you're like typically see. But anyway, so that has actually nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I just get into infrastructure because I love it. But I am hauling dirt out of this housing job here in Kirkland that overlooks the water. And literally when we get down there and you see the road leading to the house, it is a 2-block walk down to this little pier at the bottom of the hill, and it's beautiful. I'm not a city person, so it wouldn't be for me, but I can definitely appreciate the location, if that makes any sense. So I just got off 405 here, and this is my last load of the day. The weather earlier today wasn't very good, and I just was not in any mood to film. But I wanted to show you guys this job that I'm doing. Plus I wanted to tell you guys a story about something that happened to me while doing a home delivery. Actually, I'd gone into a recycle center, place that does typically recycled landscape materials and, you know, turns it into usable products, or, you know, concrete, asphalt, those types of things. And I was going in there to get hog fuel for my brother. He wanted a coarser cut brush to put down between the flower beds in his yard, and because they'd gotten new raised beds and stuff, so that doesn't matter. But I don't go into this yard very often. I've definitely been in there several times, but I do not go in there very often. On this particular day, it was just me and Remy. All we left the house to do was just to run up there and then go get, you know, 8 yards of the mulch or whatever, the hog fuel, and take it to my brother's house, which is not very far away. And so I have Remy in here, you know, he's in his car seat, we're just trucking. We come in, we do a lightweight, I tell the girls what I'm getting. I go off the scale, I call out, and I always call out and I tell people, like, yeah, I'm completely lost, you know, unless I know where I'm going, of course. I come off the scale into the pit and I call out what I want on the radio to the loader operator. Now, there are multiple loader operators in this yard at this time. They let me know to go across the driveway, go straight ahead, and circle around a screener that is in the middle of the yard screening some sort of topsoil. So that is exactly what I do. But as I am heading towards the screener, I noticed that there is a live floor truck parked at the ramp where they load the live floor trucks. Now there's a young man at the back of his trailer, and he has one of the doors open, and he turns around and he makes eye contact with me. He smiles and he waves, and I take note of him because of that. And I waved back, and I'm talking to Remy, and there's other trucks already lined up at the material that I needed. So we were just idling around the screener, and I turn the nose of my truck to go around the screener. We just idle around, and at the moment that the nose of my truck meets the nose of his truck, I see the loader, one of the loaders, come up. Oh, I left out a part of the story, I guess. He made eye contact with me, waved, and then he turned and climbed up into the trailer. So as the nose of my truck comes around, and where the trucks are nose to nose, and I see the loader, I see him come up with a bucket of material, and I immediately start to panic. I was like, oh my God, that driver is in that trailer. And I start scrambling for my mic. And I grabbed my mic, and I was like, whoa, whoa, stop, 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 which is the only thing that seems to come out of my mouth when there's an emergency. I was like, the driver just climbed in that trailer. And by the time like this all kind of happens, I'm still moving past the truck. And as I get past the trailer, like the loader stops, as I get past the trailer and I look in the mirror, I can see the driver in the mirror. I can, oh, sorry. This is what I was talking about out here. Look at this. This pier, this park right down here, it's just a couple blocks from these two new houses. So, very beautiful. Okay, so we're heading up here. And yes, I did go around that roundabout the wrong way. That's how you have to go around those in the city. It just is what it is. But anyway, so I see him bent over at the nose of his trailer, straightening out a piece of fabric. I've never been in a live floor trailer. I don't know what it was. I'm sure you guys can tell me. But he's back there straightening something out, and he is none the wiser of what just happened. And so I was just like, oh my God. I like realized that he was literally right under that guy's bucket. And you know, it's a big bucket, but he's literally right under that guy's bucket, and it's a big bucket. It just, yeah, it scared me. And then I kind of, like, I'm sitting there thinking about how he could have been hurt, he could have been killed, and like, I'm just like, oh my God, Remy, like, I don't know what would have happened if that driver hadn't made eye contact with me and waved. And so of course, like, my eyes are tearing up, because that's just what I do. You guys, you know, some of you are like, oh, you know, it's good to show your emotions. Some of you are like, oh, this whiny girl, always crying on YouTube. But there's my mic. But anyways, I get my load and I go home, or I take my load to my brother's house. I get my load and I take it to my brother's house, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And it was funny because later that night, I went to my nephew's baseball game, and then we all went out for pizza. And while we were out for pizza, I told my brother the story. And then when I got home, I was looking at my phone, and I was looking at the comments on YouTube, because you know, sometimes I look at them, sometimes I don't. But I was looking at the comments on YouTube, and there was a new comment right at the top of my list, and it was on an older video, and it basically, I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll let you guys read it. I'll blur out the name because it's not anybody's business who it is exactly, but I'll let you guys read it. When he told us what's the address? Did you happen to get the street, like the house address? Because I have the street. Okay. Oh. Okay, cool. Okay, I'll get over here and then I'll put it in to make sure I get it right because I wrote it down wrong. I got the 160th Ave Northwest, but the actual like number I didn't get, so. There we go. I don't like Apple Maps, but I'm gonna try it because, no, that's not it. It keeps auto-correcting the northwest to northeast, and yeah, that's not doing me any good. Okay, cool. I don't use Apple Maps. I don't like it, but okay. Okay, here we go. Now we're actually gonna get some work done. Okay, the GPS is actually telling us to go back down the hill towards the water, but I am not gonna do that because although I'm sure it's faster, I don't know what's down there and I don't know if I can fit. So I'm not going that way. So back to my story here. So basically, the guy, I want to keep calling him kid, but that's not, I guess that's not very nice. Younger driver, I guess, is more of like what I'm going for because he's not a kid. But the situation there is that should have never happened. You don't pull up to the loading ramp unless you are ready to be loaded. So that, you should never climb in your truck at the loading ramp. It seems like an obvious thing, but I mean, maybe he normally doesn't do that and this was just like a one-off mistake, but that is how people die out here. And sadly enough, you know, that kind of stuff does happen, and that scared the bejeebies out of me. Like, it gave me an immense adrenaline like surge. I was so like tuned in after that, and then I kept thinking, I was like, what would have happened if he hadn't made eye contact with me? Like, if I didn't take note that he was there, what would have happened? But obviously he learned a lesson. I got some adrenaline. It all worked out. But now he knows not to do what he did, which, you know, like straightening out that tarp or what, the fabric or whatever the heck it was. I've never driven a live floor. I've never been in the back of one. I don't know what's back there. But whatever he needed to do should have been done away from the loading ramp. And I'm sure he knew that, but I digress. Accidents happen, and as truck drivers, we have to be on our toes and we have to be paying attention, you know, to keep each other safe, keep guys on the ground, keep other, you know, operators, any laborers, anybody around. You need to be on your toes all the time, I guess is my point. So yeah, I mean, we all know I get emotional about stuff like this. Like, the last thing I would want is to hear about a truck driver that died in a recycle yard because he was covered in mulch and nobody knew where he was. So yeah, don't do that. Be smarter about it. Yeah. Everybody makes mistakes too. Like, I'm not above making mistakes. So, but we all know that. We all know that. But so, anybody want to go for a drive with me and take a look at this dump site? gosh, yes. Okay. Outside. I haven't been here yet, so hopefully it will be easy to get in and out. I mean, I am solo, so I can pretty much turn around anywhere. No big deal. Third half mile up here, and then it's a left on 160th Avenue. West. Now the GPS, it said 160th Avenue Northwest earlier. Now it says 160th Avenue Northeast. So the guy at the job, the operator, he had said that it was Countrywood Homes. Like, he showed me a picture of it, and that has a sign there. So that would be, that's weird. I wonder why he made it such a big deal that it was, you know, that's really important that it's 160th Avenue Northwest. Huh. Weird. Well, hopefully this is it, because that is what the guy showed me. Eight modern farmhouse estate homes coming soon. It looks like they're all sold. Let's go check this out. Traco. Somebody will tell me. You guys taking dirt? You guys, have you guys been taking dirt today? Have been dump trucks in and out?
Yeah.
Up there? Okay. Okay, let's do this. Find out what's going on. Material in the wrong location, so glad that we're in the right place. Let's just want to make sure. Tailgate closed. Pickup and a bicyclist. What the heck are we doing here? Okay, cool. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching, and if you have not yet, please do subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.